three most powerful angels in the Bible that terrified Lucifer and forced him to bow. Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive into the sacred mysteries and celestial beings that shape the very foundations of our spiritual understanding. Today, we're going to discuss one of the most profound and awe-inspiring topics that has both fascinated theologians and believers alike: the most powerful angels in the Bible. Those so mighty that they not only terrified Lucifer himself but also compelled him to bow before them. Why is this significant? Because Lucifer, once the most powerful archangel himself, is a being whose pride led to his downfall and transformation into the devil we know today. So, what kind of celestial beings could make even Lucifer, the light-bearer, bow in reverence? What powers did these angels possess that even he, in all his former glory, could not oppose? Stay tuned as we explore these awe-inspiring entities from the Bible and uncover their divine roles, their power, and why they made Lucifer tremble. The Archangel Michael, the warring defender. Let's begin with the mightiest of them all, Michael. In the Christian tradition, Michael is the archangel who leads the heavenly armies, standing as a protector of God's kingdom. But what made Michael so powerful that he was the one chosen to confront Lucifer and his rebellion in heaven? In the book of Revelation, chapter 12, we read about the great battle in heaven. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Revelation 12 verse 7. This was no ordinary battle. It was a cosmic war, a clash of unparalleled forces. Michael, as the commander of God's army, didn't just fight with strength, he fought with righteousness and divine justice. His strength lies not in brute force alone, but in his unwavering commitment to God's will, a will that cannot be bent, no matter how great the opposition. But why did Lucifer tremble before Michael? It wasn't just Michael's warrior status, but his complete alignment with divine purpose. Lucifer, once a rebellious archangel, had fallen into pride, while Michael's humility and devotion to God's righteousness gave him unmatched power. What can we learn from Michael's story? It's a reminder that true strength lies in alignment with higher purpose and humility, traits that even the greatest of angels, themselves fallen, can never corrupt or defeat. Gabriel, the messenger with divine authority. Moving on, we come to Gabriel, the archangel often known as the messenger of God. But don't let his role as a divine messenger fool you. Gabriel isn't simply a bearer of news. He is also a being of tremendous power and authority. Gabriel appears in several key biblical events, delivering messages that change the course of history. One of the most prominent appearances is when he delivers the prophecy to Daniel about the coming of the Messiah, Daniel 8 verse 16. Later, Gabriel is sent to announce the birth of John the Baptist to Zechariah and, even more famously, to announce the birth of Jesus Christ to the Virgin Mary, Luke 1 verses 26 to 38. Now, what is it about Gabriel's presence that could make Lucifer bow? It's not just his role as a herald of God's will, but his ability to carry divine authority with every word he speaks. When Gabriel speaks, he speaks with the voice of God himself, unassailable, undeniable, and filled with the power to reshape reality. His messages are so powerful that they often bring profound spiritual transformation and understanding to those who receive them. Gabriel's power lies in his role as a conduit of God's wisdom and purpose. This is something that Lucifer, in all his pride and rebellion, could never match. Gabriel is not just an angel. He is the voice of divine truth and revelation, something that Lucifer can never stand against. What can we learn from Gabriel? We are reminded of the power of divine communication and the need to stay attuned to the higher truths that can guide us, just as Gabriel did in his role. It's a call for us to embrace truth, humility, and the wisdom that flows from divine channels. Seraphim, the burning ones of God's presence. Next, we come to one of the most enigmatic and awe-inspiring beings in the Bible, the Seraphim. These fiery, angelic beings surround the throne of God, and their very name means the burning ones. Their purpose is to glorify God, to continually sing His praises in His divine presence. In Isaiah 6, the prophet Isaiah has a vision of the throne room of God, where he sees the seraphim in all their splendor and glory. And one cried unto another, and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, the whole earth is full of His glory. Isaiah 6 verse 3. These fiery beings are depicted with 6 wings, 2 covering their faces, 2 covering their feet, and 2 used for flying. They are so radiant and overwhelming that Isaiah, upon seeing them, feels utterly undone, saying, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips. What makes the seraphim so terrifying that even Lucifer could not withstand their presence? It is their intensity and purity, their unceasing worship that is focused entirely on the glory of God. The very radiance of their being is too overwhelming for any other creature, including Lucifer. These beings, in their purity, are the antithesis of Lucifer's pride and rebellion. The seraphim stand as a symbol of perfect devotion and selflessness, showing us that the true power of the divine is in worship and absolute submission to God's will. Their holiness is something that even the mightiest fallen angel could not endure. What can we learn from the seraphim? Their example teaches us about the power of devotion and purity. When we focus our lives on worship and humility before the Creator, we tap into a power that transcends the chaos of the world. True power comes not from dominance but from humble submission to divine love. As we reflect on these 3 powerful angels, Michael, Gabriel, and the seraphim, we realize that their power wasn't rooted in violence or dominance but in their absolute submission to God's will, their unwavering devotion, and their commitment to truth and righteousness. These angels terrified Lucifer not because of their strength, but because their existence was a reminder of the qualities Lucifer had lost in his fall: humility, devotion, and submission to divine purpose. In these angels, we see the blueprint for true power, a power that aligns with divine truth and purpose, a power that comes from being in harmony with the Creator. So, what can we take away from this? The greatest forces in the universe are not those that seek to dominate but those that seek to serve, that stand for truth, justice, and humility. As we face our own challenges in life, let us remember the example of these mighty angels and align ourselves with higher principles to tap into the true power that comes from God. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the most powerful angels in the Bible. If you found this video enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into spiritual mysteries and biblical wisdom. In our next video, we will explore the hidden truths behind the fall of Lucifer and how his pride was his undoing. Stay tuned, and until next time, keep seeking truth and light.